You know, have you ever just stopped and wondered how we can be so sure about things we can't actually see or touch or, measure? It's a question that's been bugging people for, well, forever. But what if I told you that 1,000 years ago, a Persian philosopher came up with this incredibly powerful system to do just that? Okay, let's dive into this amazing 11th century guide to figuring out what's real. So let's get right to the heart of it. How do you prove something you can't see? I mean, think about big concepts like justice or love, or even the laws of physics that hold everything together. We're pretty sure they exist, right? But you can't point to them like you can point to a chair. Well, this is the exact puzzle that the philosopher Nasir Khusraw was determined to solve. All right, so Khosrow's whole system kicks off with a really simple but totally profound idea. Everything that exists, literally everything, can be sorted into one of two big categories. And this simple split, well, it's the foundation for everything that comes next. It's like his map of reality. He called these two sides the manifest, or zahir, and the hidden, or batin. Now, the manifest is all the stuff you can perceive directly with your senses. It's known all by itself. It doesn't need anything else to prove it. A tree, for example, is manifest. You see it, you can touch it. It's just there. But the hidden? That's a whole different ballgame. It's known through something else. Like you can't actually see the motion of the tree, right? What you see is the branches in different places over time. You have to infer the motion with your mind. The motion itself is hidden, but its effects are totally manifest. So once he's established this two-part reality, Khosrow basically builds what you could call a logic machine. He comes up with 4 tests, 4 possible ways of proving something, to figure out how we can reliably connect the world we see to the world we don't. And this isn't about feelings or guesses. It's about finding a rock-solid, undeniable method. Okay, so Khosrow lays out these 4 possible paths to proof, and then he just goes through them one by one, kind of like a detective ruling out suspects. Let's walk through this. Path 1. Can something we see prove another thing we see? Khosrow says, nope. A manifest thing, like our tree, is its own proof. It doesn't need another visible thing to back it up. Okay, so that one's out. Path 2. Can something hidden prove another hidden thing? That's also a dead end. You can't use one unproven idea, like motion, to prove some other abstract idea. That's just piling one mystery on top of another, right? And path 3. Can the hidden prove the manifest? Impossible. How can an unseen, unproven concept be the proof for something solid and real that we can already see with our own eyes? It's completely backwards. And that process of elimination leaves us with just one logical path still standing. The 4th and final path is the only one that actually works. The only valid way we can learn anything about the unseen world is by using the seen world as our evidence. So the big takeaway here is this. What we can observe is our one and only reliable bridge to what we can't. And here it is, Khosrow's core idea in his own words. This is the golden rule of his entire philosophy. The right way is to take the apparent as a proof for the hidden. Such a simple sentence, but it's the key that unlocks his entire view of the universe. Okay, so now that we have this golden rule, this powerful tool, Khosrow applies it to the biggest question of them all, the nature of existence itself. He's about to scale this whole system up from a single tree to the entire cosmos. He basically argues, look, if one single tree is manifest, then the entire observable universe, every star, every galaxy, every grain of sand, every single living thing, all of it together is the ultimate manifest thing. It's the grand total of everything we could ever possibly perceive. It's the single biggest piece of evidence we have. And if the only valid way to know anything is to use the manifest to prove the hidden, then what does this ultimate manifest thing prove? For Khosrow, the answer is just crystal clear. It's inescapable. This incredibly complex, ordered, and beautiful universe we see all around us serves as the definitive proof for its unseen, hidden source, a creator. The world itself is the argument. Now, what's so fascinating about Khusraw's ideas is when you put them side by side with some of the biggest names in Western philosophy, it's almost like he was having a conversation across time, tackling the same huge problems, but coming at them from a really unique angle. Take Aristotle, for instance. Just like Aristotle, Khusraw reasons from what he can observe to find a primary cause. But Khusraw's method is less about abstract metaphysics and more of a strict rule for how we know things, what philosophers call epistemology. But the contrast with Immanuel Kant, that's even more amazing. Kant also split reality into the world we experience and a hidden world. But, and this is a huge but, Kant argued that we are fundamentally cut off from that hidden reality. We can never really know the thing in itself. Khusraw's system is a complete rejection of that. He says the seen world isn't a wall. It's a perfect, reliable bridge to the unseen. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway from this 11th century system? Well, it gives us this profound way of thinking about the limits of what we can know and the connection between faith and reason, between evidence and belief. So let's just boil this down. First, reality has two parts, the manifest that we see and the hidden that we don't. Second, the only way to get a handle on the hidden is by looking at the evidence from the manifest. And this leads straight to his third and most mind-blowing point. The entire universe we can see is itself the ultimate proof of a creator we can't see. What's so powerful about this is how this ancient idea really makes you stop and question our modern ideas about how evidence, reason, and faith are supposed to work together. And that leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. Was Khusraw right? Is the world we see a perfect, clear window that lets us look right into ultimate hidden truths? Or is everything we see just a reflection of how our own minds are built, telling us more about ourselves than about reality itself? It's a heck of a thought to end on. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear what you think. Your support really means a lot and helps me keep creating content for you all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.